And we begin first up with news that you're tracking from UK. The lawmakers have given initial approval on Friday to a bill to help terminally ill adults in their lives in England and Wales. In fact, the number of parliamentarians approving the so-called assisted dying bill by a vote of 330 to 275. We get you the details in this next report.
British lawmakers gave initial nod on Friday to a bill to help terminally ill adults end their lives in England and Wales. After an impassioned debate, members of Parliament approved the so-called assisted dying bill by a vote of 330 to 275.
To the right, 330. The noes to the left, 275. The ayes have it, and look!
This is the first time that the House of Commons has debated an assisted dying bill since 2015. The vote came hours after the debate that touched on issues of ethics, grief, the law, faith, crime and money. The law aims to provide dignity to the dying and prevent unnecessary suffering while ensuring enough safeguards to prevent them from being coerced into taking their own life. But the law didn't go well with those against the motion. They argued that it would put vulnerable people at risk directly or indirectly.
We are the people who protect the most vulnerable in society from harm, and yet we stand on the brink of abandoning that role. The Rubicon was a very small stream, Mr. Speaker, but on the other side lies a very different world, a worse world with a very different idea of human value. The idea that our individual worth lies in our utility, valuable only for so long as we are useful, not a burden, not a cost, not making a mess. Let's not be the Parliament that authorises that idea.
After the initial nod, the bill would now be sent to another round of hearings where it will face further scrutiny and votes in both houses of Parliament. If ultimately approved, any new law is unlikely to come into effect within the next 2 to 3 years. However, a vote against it would kill it. Assisted suicide stands legalized in countries such as Australia, Belgium, Canada and certain regions of the United States, with eligibility requirements differing across jurisdictions.
Now, the United Nations Human Rights Office on Friday reiterated its call for Russia to halt attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, adding that those responsible must be held accountable. The UN rights spokesperson even urged the international community to prioritize support to Ukraine to restore its energy systems. We get you all the details in this next report.
The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights urged Russia to immediately cease fire all attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure.
Since March, Ukraine's energy production capacity has been targeted in waves of attacks, causing foreseeable and wide-ranging harm to civilians. As ever, the most vulnerable, older people, low-income households, people with disabilities and those who are internally displaced have been particularly put at risk.